My father is in the living room. Egusi soup is wafting in from the kitchen whilst he practices for his English exams. He speaks 3 languages, all 3 almost fluent, but what he worries about is never being good enough for English. Whether his sounds will be drowned out by mispronunciation of words that do not exist in Yoruba. He lies in debt to a language that ridicules him for saying words exactly how it's spelled. Half the time he spent correcting himself, trying to make his tongue more accommodating, creating shelves in the ribs that lie in the roof of his mouth. Unintentionally, he begins by swishing palm oil in the frames of his cheeks. He grinds melon seeds and onions between his molars. He sometimes sprinkles the seeds of Scotch bonnet in his esophagus, trying to burn out and root this other life. There are bitter leaves growing between the dented lines that grace his cheekbones. They have even started to grow in between the spaces his eyelashes lay, and his tear duct screams in fury. And sometimes he calls me from work, wanting my reassurance that he spelt phrases right. My father was born with drums that hums to yam being pounded in open kitchen, pestle and mortar knocking in sink. He grew up with a tonal language. He is more than what English reduces him to, and once or twice he stews in frustration, warps between the locust beans and pumpkin leaves. And I'm watching him do it now, as my mother walks out of the kitchen carrying his food for the night on a tray. English has been taken to the fridge to cool. She sets it down on his knees. He washes his hands in this little bowl of water he asked my sister to bring. And my mother returns to the kitchen, opens the fridge to a rotten smell. It happens every time. Last time it was the fried stew in the ice cream tub. Before that, the spinach sauce. This time it was grandma's herbal concoction. English corrupts everything it touches, but never the milk. And how do I tell him this when he has dreams folded in between English's laps, clutched between the fibers of the Oxford Dictionary? Instead, I chose to keep silent as he presses the Egusi soup and pounded yam to his lips, watching him get lost in this masterpiece that is much more worthy for his tongue. Thank you.